Good morning, Ada Sparks here with a word of hope. It is Labor Day, and I'm sitting out here on my back porch. Slept late today, first time, and I don't even know how long I slept late. And so I was just thinking about, what's Labor Day all about anyway? And so I looked it up, and apparently it's about back in that day in the Industrial Revolution. People were working long 12-hour days, very unsafe conditions, very unsanitary, not very good um, air movement, like it was very stale air, and it was just very unsafe. Even children all the way down to the age of 5 were working, and it was very unsafe. Like, people died all the time. And so finally, people were like, okay, we need a break. And of course, the bosses weren't giving them breaks, and they began to have these protests, and they had a big, like, thousands of people took off the first time, all bound together, and had this big parade and said, we have to have a day off. That's kind of the beginnings of Labor Day. And so they were protecting their rights to have safe working conditions and just to have time off, really. They were guarding it. And so as I was thinking about that, I'm sitting out on my back porch, and I have 3 hummingbird feeders. And these hummingbirds are like fighting over these feeders. It's crazy. Like, I've almost been hit in the head twice now from these hummingbirds. They're very aggressive. And it's kind of fun to watch, actually. But they feel like, this is my feeder. You cannot have it. You go find your own. And I've spaced them out. Like, I'm thinking, can't we all just share here? Can we all just, each get your own? No, they're guarding their food. They are not letting the other birds have it, even though I tried to make it where they could all have their own, but whatever. So they're absolutely guarding it. And so I'm thinking about Labor Day, and I'm thinking about these hummingbirds that are quite aggressive. And I'm thinking, what do we guard like that? Like, what do we feel that strongly about? The Bible says in Proverbs 4:23, above all else, guard your heart, because everything flows from your heart. Do we guard our heart like that, or do we just open it up and just let anything and everything affect it? It's really something to think about, because our heart should be for God. And yet so often we let everything else seep in there, and everything that we do flows from that heart of ours. And so today, on this Labor Day, as I watch these hummingbirds and think people will just pour everything in and out of their hearts, I want to check myself and say, I need to guard that heart of mine. And perhaps you do too. And be wise, not afraid.